So this section is only a continuation of your market research. We know that this is important because if you don't understand what you can sell something for, what the demand is for something, and how to perfectly position, especially if you're arbitraging, perfectly position your short-term rental, then you won't be making any money. So market research, there are a number of other tools you can also use outside of what we discussed previously. Now getting into more of the technology, you want to be able to understand and answer these critical questions. So one of the things you want to be able to know is, what are short-term rentals going for in your area, or the area where you want to place your short-term rental. You want to also know how far out are other similar properties being booked. So how many days of the month are they being booked, and how far out are they being booked at any given time. You also want to know what is demand like in the area or the city, right? What is the monthly, yearly income potential? Something else you might want to consider is, do other renters have static or dynamic pricing? And a lot of this information is really easy to find. But the two things that you're mainly looking for are income potential and the demand in the area that you are targeting. Again, like I said, there are a number of tools you can use that will give you great insights into any market in the United States and abroad. And so a couple of those platforms are airdna.co. A lot of people are already familiar with that. moshvisor.com has become a very formidable opponent and does almost all of the same things, some things maybe even better. Beyondpricing.com, analytics.alltherooms.com, and you can even do your research on airbnb.com itself. So I'm gonna just touch really quickly on a couple of the platforms so you can just get an idea of how great these platforms can be with streamlining processes and helping you to really quickly analyze a market and determine whether or not it's a great place to begin your business, or to set up another Airbnb, or just to set up your Airbnb in general. So at this point, all I would do is go into Airbnb and act as if I was a guest. I would put any random number of days that I want to book, because all I'm trying to do is really just pull up information on the various hosts and the current listing. At this point, I would just go through and do my due diligence. This is how you can study your market actually by using Airbnb. For example, you can go into this listing and you can get all the information you need about the host once you click on it. What are the rates? You can get details about the description of the property, what kind of amenities they offer. You can actually look on the calendar and get a good idea about how many days per month they are booked out. You can also go into the reviews, which are really important, because the good reviews tell you everything they loved about the property and their stay, so that you can actually mimic that or duplicate that process in your own Airbnb to make sure you're giving your guests a similar experience. You also get an opportunity to see what guests were not as pleased with or what fell short. And so now you can actually even add that in so that your Airbnb is that much better and has that much more greater probability of being booked. But there are a lot of other great platforms. So if we go to AirDNA and I type in Santa Monica, as you can see, it gives you the complete layout of or summary of your market research. It tells you it grades the market with this one has B+, based on rental demand, based on revenue growth, based on seasonality, based on regulation, based on investability, and so a lot of different areas and categories. It gives you your average daily rate, your occupancy rate, which is 81%, and your revenue that averages out over 12 months. So over a year period, this is the average occupancy rate per month, the average daily rate, the average revenue per month. And you can go down through here on the side and get all kind of comps and market research from this one platform. You could even filter it. You got entire homes that are in purple, private rooms, or shared rooms. If you go over to the side right here, you have these little tabs. You can click off of this and immediately deleted all of the private and shared rooms and just left all of the entire rooms. Now you can go in here and say, well, mine is just a 2-bedroom. You click here where you unclick all of the other ones, and it slowly eliminates everything but all of the 2 bedrooms. So now you're comparing apples to apples. So if you had a location right here in this area, you can very quickly and easily pull up the research you need. And this actually pulled in research from Airbnb and Vrbo and showing you what the rental channels percentages of that come through, based on what it's aggregating and pulling in. You also have, Moshvisor, which does something very similar. I pull up Conroe, Texas. I can search by investment, long-term or short-term rental. I click short-term rental, and it pulls up all of the short-term rental properties in that area. And now I can, again, do all the research I need to do. I can pull out so much information and actually put it into a report just from these 2 platforms alone. So again, there are many platforms out there that does all the work for you. All you have to do is know how to pull in the numbers and filter. And from there, you are in position to really grow your business and to do your due diligence really quickly so that you can move quickly and get these things up and running and have your business making profit within the next month. So that's all for this lesson. I'll see you on the next one.